Since ancient times, Hong Kong has been part of China. But for the past year, the city saw unchecked violence. And locals started to hear a word hardly mentioned before: secession. Hong Kong has suffered a full year of violence as of June 2020. Few people are talking much about the ordinance amendments concerning fugitive transfers that triggered the crisis, because protesters have demanded much more, including a separation. Some protesters turned into rioters. National symbols became a main target.
咁唔可以用呢啲暴力行為嚟侮辱國家、侮辱國旗，呢個係絕對唔可以嘅。
During this period, groups advocating Hong Kong independence and self-determination incited protesters, very often radicalized young people, to desecrate and burn the national flag, vandalize the national emblem, and storm the central government's office in Hong Kong.
The booklet being torn up is the Basic Law, which clearly states the city is part of China. Some social networks platforms have been used to fan the flames of secession. Advocates of secession put forward a so-called draft civil charter of Hong Kong and announced the establishment of a provisional legislature. The so-called Hong Kong national anthem and Hong Kong national flag appeared amid reverberation of separatist slogans, all in defiance of national sovereignty and the principle of one country, two systems. Anything identified with China is subject to violence and vandalism.
The goal of these people is they want secession from China. Their maximum goal is Hong Kong independence.
Hong Kong, which had been under the British colonial rule for over 150 years, returned to the motherland in 1997. However, some young people fail to forge a correct sense of national identity.
They're still reading the textbooks that they read before 1997. They still have a view of the world that is created in an era long gone.
The only people I feel sorry for are some young people in Hong Kong who were misled into participating in riots.
There was a lot of emphasis on the two systems and not enough emphasis on the nation. Some people actually thought that Hong Kong was almost a de facto independent entity, and this sort of thinking is extremely unhealthy.
Analysts point out that the secessionist activities in Hong Kong have foreign background.
We can see that there are concerted forces at play who are prepared to use all types of violence to weaken Hong Kong, to undermine China, to promote secessionism.
They do not like China's rise either economically or politically or strategically or militarily. So I think they want to contain China.
Acts of secession are intolerable in any part of the world. But why has Hong Kong been an exception? Legal experts say it's not in Hong Kong laws.
We do not have secession at all in Hong Kong.
在这样的情况之下呢，我们又没有香港还没完成我们的23条的立法的程序，没有一个国家安全的法律。
When the city was struggling with its most severe challenge since 1997, a day came for a change. On June 30th, 2020, a law on safeguarding national security in Hong Kong SAR was adopted by China's top legislature. Secession is among the 4 categories of offenses that it seeks to prevent, curb, and punish.
this is meant to target a very small subset of infiltrators and saboteurs and secessionists.
这一个国家安全法律其实是只会影响一小部分在香港希望利用香港作为一个缺口搞港独的那些人，绝大部分的香港人，我们的中国人都会对这样的一个国家安全法是会有受益的，因为它会把社会稳定下来。
And the great majority of Hong Kong people, at least 95%, will heave a huge sigh of relief to say, good, thank goodness, that now we can get some business done.
Many people say that Hong Kong owes its success to the fact that it's physically part of China, and the mainland serves as the backbone of Hong Kong's development. With a national security law enacted, a Hong Kong free of secessionist elements will see a future of long-term stability and prosperity.
I see a great future for Hong Kong. The Greater Bay Area, Hong Kong will have a very special place for that. The market is so great. The whole world wants to get into the China market. We're right on the doorstep. We're part of it. Don't throw it away.